Welcome back. Things are not looking good, are they? Seemingly Miku and Hibiki being vaporized in a beam. Chris turning sides, joining on with the Doctor. And, of course, at least one of them supposedly having their soul erased with the Fine again. We're so close to the end as well, which means that something's going to have to kick off, something's going to have to change it all. Something tells me that anti-gear beam thing might just have been the ticket. Still, there's plenty of music to hear and reason to keep fighting, so sit down, grab a drink. Let's watch some more Symphogear. Having the entire environment change. Oh, we thought this was a sea battle. Nope. Now you've got some ancient terrain to contest with. Also, I only just thought about it. Why was Chris using this weird little pistol thing when she can summon Gatling guns and huge missile packages, actually? She could be so much more thorough than just a small caliber thing like that. Still, I wonder if we are going to see a quick shift anytime soon. With Chris now seemingly swapping sides, is it going to be, prisoner exchange? They get one, we get one. And if Miku is saved, is she able to wield a gear again afterwards? But to be fair, I'm not sure if I want that, because she has always been on the sidelines and not one for battle. She was the sense of normality in Hibiki's life. I think that's fair enough. Her first words to them are not ones of anger, but pleading to save her friends. Oh, that's cool. Damn. The Americans are approaching again. Still eating. Such a healthy appetite. Well, she's up and alive already. We don't need much. Well, that's good. Absolutely no side effects, no lingering danger for her. It's only a scratch. Or two. No, you can probably pass the... Yes, it's her fault that she's fine. Actually. Completely cleared. And does that include the original little fragments? But does that also mean that she is no longer able to be on the front line of combat? What, despite the thrill of being able to actually save her friend, stop her from becoming a crystal beast, she's still holding a little regret. Yeah, about that one. She's deep undercover. But also, could it be a way to show her there is a way you can swap sides? You don't have to stick it out, even if you hate what you're being told. Yeah, I'm surprised they just allowed her along on this journey, not putting her in some cage and taking away the ability for her to transform. Maybe they're running low on time. They can't exactly have any detours or someone looking after her. They need all the firepower right here. And does it have a slot to it? No. Okay, just infuse it on. Gotcha. A mystical power source. Spreading fast. So what did he hope to do if, well, life is coming back? Life finds a way. Yeah, what did he hope to do if Hibiki didn't rip out its literal heart? How are they going to connect it up? For the greater good, sacrifices need to be made. But now that they are separated like this, there is no amount of bed rest that will keep them from interfering. Yeah, considering they are very light on people right now. Dodged? Purposely inflicted glancing blows, just making it look real. Unless she's just very bad at aiming. That's why she needs the amount of rounds going down range. Is he using it on himself? He wants to become part Nephilim to control it himself, right? Well, no matter what she says, he's not going to stop, is he? I do like the idea, ancient technology, And yet, every time we see this, it's just like a bundle of crystals. No matter what, yep, he's not taking their advice. Reach. Oh, that was neat. Although it doesn't seem to be... I'm so glad that nothing worse than that immediately happened, but still, that was neat. Coming from just a couple of beams, reaching out to the very stars themselves and creating a hand to touch the moon. That is some interesting tech, and I'm surprised that since they made that from eons ago, that no one back then attempted it. Or maybe they did, and that's why the moon is in its current position. How much would the sea level actually shrink from that thing just launching up and coming away from the seabed? Oh. Just add a few thousand onto the casualty list. How long can his body withstand it? I mean, the power itself might be enough to save mankind, but is it in the right hands? You know what? No, I agree with him. You're doing this all to become a man of legend, a hero. Well, that's definitely a news broadcast you don't want to see. Is there a weak point? A small vent that you might be able to shoot down? How long do they have? A week and a half? Yep, just keep prodding at it. I'm sure that'll work. How many... Okay, he'll still be alive. Huh. That's all that matters. The great Maria, who was the voice echoing around the world, causing fear, rushing at him without a weapon. Oh, so he doesn't want to become the sole god reigning over all of the tinder of what is left of the world. Still, you need at least, what was it, like 30, 40,000 to at least have enough genetic diversity to not completely kill off the species. Did you need to sacrifice the bike for that? Good. Oh yeah, we saw her driving along in that blade bike before, didn't we? You might need a little more, like, Bodicea spikes around the edges. Yep. And as soon as she gets, on hard times, what do? I mean, they do. Yep. Have someone else that is trained. I mean, she is the hypocrite, right? Yep. However, it would lead to the least amount of deaths in the short term. No one's exactly had a clean and happy life in this season, this series. Well, as long as her goals of helping her friend is achievable through this way of doing it. Is he going to be her manager as well? I think right now it's above being enemies and the like. After this, they'll be watching many a movie. And actually having trust and belief in them. Also, never change. How does she know him? I mean, she's just going. You're not going to stop her. Even without a gear, she's going to be more effective than some. And the rising tune in the background to support this scene. Oh, neat. Are those hot pools in the back? They look like the ones from... Damn it. Can't remember it. Ah, poor bike. Is it Yellow Springs? Chris, did you have to destroy the bike? And is there going to be a confrontation among the two friends now? Well, speak of it, and there it is. I do like the hoodie thing had horns and wings on the back. What are some of these sound effects to go along with it? And of course, yeah, the crisscross itself needed its own little element. Well, they can agree to disagree. Who has more conviction about their ideals and how to proceed? Don't hold her back. shit. For multiple reasons. Maybe she's actually aware then. But she's a fun hypocrite. As if you just didn't stand in their way. Well, there you go. At least she could have stopped and talked about this a little before now. The concern she has of not being herself, losing her soul. Oh, there's the ghost of laughter again. Nice transition over to the Chris and Tachibana. Tsubasa. Oh. I like her singing. I think I enjoyed the song she had last time as well. You know, this is how you know they're good friends. Armed hand-to-hand combat. And also, you know, they're not exactly going at it full-heartedly. There's no special moves or anything. It's all... Okay, since he's watching, it does seem more like a performance. Now, who could come in and raise her spirits? And since she's alone... there's not something only she could hear right now. Her song... God, she has a way to run. You know, good thing she kept up the cardiovascular training with the commander. But with all eyes elsewhere, perfect opportunity for her to infiltrate. How expendable is the various elements of the American military in this? They really do seem just to be fodder for, look how evil and dangerous the Doctor is, rather than being an element in of themselves. But will the song of her heart be able to pull them all through? Is Miria going to have to try and, or going to go down the route of sacrificing herself in order to stop the frontier of whatever the Doctor's attempting? I wonder if Hibiki's ability to sync all of the frequencies and not kill them all is going to be useful even without the relic that she possessed, or fragments of it. But also, if that she can, actually agree with them and think that the best way to save her friends and the loved ones might not actually be reviving this ancient technology and destroying the rest of the world. Maybe they can agree on a lot more And once she's paid a certain dues for everything that she's done so far, maybe they can at least keep her on board, you know. They might need an extra bit of firepower. As long as she promises to be good and not go against the entire world again. At least follow some commands. Who knows, maybe she'll even bring her friend along. This team could definitely use a few more saws and scythes. Little less of Finney's soul, though. So as far as Chris's double-cross, or, you know, betrayal at least, goes, she hasn't really done much so far. It's just, I've gotten in your way and it looks like I've shot you in the back, haha. Unless it's just to give the Doctor a false sense of security, thinking he's got the upper hand because they've got more combatants on their side and therefore they can't possibly lose. And she's doing quite well at distracting him because he's now watching their fight rather than carrying out the rest of his evil plan. But how many elements of this show is going to be ancient technology, ancient civilizations holding this grand power that has so far not destroyed the world, only for someone to come along in recent years and be like, you know what? Me have a play? Also, the idea of him pulling the moon closer in order to raise the frontier out of the ocean, expediting its crash into Earth, yeah, it makes sense, you know. Can't have a lingering danger that might be a few years away, because then we've given the characters at least chance to come up with a countermeasure. Nah. Speed that up. Give you a week and a half. If you don't pull together now, well, there isn't another option. I'm eager to see what happens next, whether it be of reconciliation or further betrayal, upset and heartbreak, and exactly what kind of lengths Hibiki is going to go to. Rushing in with no real power or strength other than the belief in herself and the multitude of action movies that she's seen. You know what? I'm no longer worried about her. I just wonder how much of this ancient technology can be extracted once it's over and maybe you put to good use. Time to make it fall into anyone else's hands. We'd have to see. If you enjoyed this episode, and I'm sure you must have done because you're still here, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing to the channel if you don't want to miss future episodes. But most importantly, make sure to get yourselves a bit of rest. Then I can see you in the next one. If you don't want to rush headlong into danger, yet still want to help support my channel, consider joining onto my Patreon instead, because there's a lot less immediate risk of life and limb, and just a lot more anime. Without the need of ancient civilizations or biblically accurate angels, we can just sit down and enjoy what's on the screen. So I do need to thank Noku, Sal, Doltrafan, Guado, Kite, Raywin, Wolfie Sensei, and everyone else. For without them, this channel would have crashed and burned long ago.